This morning, it was so beautiful outside. I went out there, I felt calm, peaceful, relaxed. However, yesterday, I didn't feel quite the same. As I started working on this new project, loading block after block into the gorilla cart, I was getting quite the workout. It was pretty intense, far from relaxed. And after I loaded the block, man, it was a leg burner, pulling the block in the gorilla cart from where we were loading them to the site where I'm constructing some new raised beds. And I was getting quite the workout, but I had my little personal trainer right there beside me to keep me going. And with those blocks, I was able to mostly complete setting up my new raised beds. Well, that was yesterday, and this is today. Today we started off with moving a chicken tractor, one of our old chicken tractors, out into a grass area to begin transitioning some of the ducklings. Some of the ducklings have gotten really big, and we started putting them outside.
Okay.
But we're gonna get back to more on that story in another video. But as they were outside, I went back to working on those raised beds. Alright, so now that we have the ducks out here in the chicken tractor, trying to get them adjusted to being outside, I'm going to be working right here, right near them, so I can keep an eye on them just to see if they get too cold or show any signs of being cold. But I need to be working on this project today. The project that we started just a couple days ago. I started building some raised beds out of block that we have here on the homestead, on the property. So we're recycling these blocks and put them to use in making raised beds. Other people make raised beds out of pressure treated wood and just various lumber. I like using block because it has a nice clean look. They last, and they do really well for raised beds, but they do take a little bit of work setting them up. So I have a little bit more work to do since I wasn't able to finish the other day. Now that I have the block laid for a raised bed, I forgot, I didn't even tell you what I'm making these beds for. For in this main section that we're going to do, because it's going to have multiple sections, but I'm working on this first section now, we're going to be planting tulip bulbs today. So, first thing we're going to do, since I've laid the block now, we're going to bring in some leaves, rake up some leaves on the property, and then put them down as a first weed barrier layer in these beds. And then after that, we're going to take some local clay soil that I have in the pile right over here. We're going to ask Lacie to do that. And then after that, we're going to take some compost that I have and put them in. And then after that, it'll be time to plant some tulips.
I got this feeling like it's starting now, starting now. I feel adventurous with you. And there is nothing that can hold us back, hold us back. We can do what we want to do. 'Cause we got all the time in the world, for better or worse. We should stay together. So let's stay young and in love. We should focus on us forever. Yeah, baby, if you are feeling like I do, we could run away across the ocean. Baby, what you say? We can leave today. Anywhere we'll go, we'll be alright. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you.
Done. Now it's time to plant some tulips. Definitely got a little bit of a workout there. How about you, Lacie? Did you get a good workout?
Yeah, I think I did.
But before we get started, let's go check on the ducklings, see how they're doing. All right, so it looks like the ducklings are doing okay. They're huddled up together, but not directly right on top of each other like they're trying to stay warm. They look a little more scared and afraid, but they are eating their feed as well as drinking their water. So they are getting up and moving around a little bit. So they look like they're doing fine, but I am going to add a heat lamp in here tonight just to make sure that they have everything that they need to keep warm. All right, Flower Girl, what do we have? What do we have here?
We have tulips and we have daffodils.
Oh, bonus.
And we have a variety of colors. So I've gone through and looked up what they look like and marked them on the packages. And so we're going to go plant these.
Okay. We got these bulbs from Baker Creek and we're pretty excited about that. And we love the gang, the team at Baker Creek and all that they do. And pretty excited about tulips. I'm actually a flower guy too. I really enjoy flowers. I really think they really enhance an environment and just really make things just look beautiful and soft and nice and colorful. So tulips is actually one of the flowers that I really like and have been looking forward to growing here on the homestead for quite some time. So what are the different tulips that we have here?
We have Golden Gate tulips and they are yellow with like a fringe edge. And we have, let's see, these are daffodils. But these are white with a apricot colored center. And then we got all different kinds. This one, I think, is a Japanese tulip. And it is pale yellow with like a pink edging along each petal.
So since we have a variety of colors, I don't know if we have enough of one specific variety to have a set pattern all the way down. But we are going to try to have somewhat of a pattern with the taller ones in the back and then the shorter ones in the front, just so it has a nice cascade. Is that the word? I'm not sure. But you know what I mean, as it goes from lower to higher.
Okay. These are taller. They're 18 to 20 inches tall. So we're going to put these in a pile together.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea.
And this is 20 to 22 inches.
So we're just going to separate the taller ones in their own pile and keep the shorter ones in a separate pile.
These are taller, 4 to 8 inches.
For those of you who live in Canada or the northern part of the United States, you want to plant your tulips anywhere from September, October. But for those of us in the South US, we can plant our tulips in November and December. We're into December now, so it's a little late, but not too late yet. So we're looking forward to getting these in the ground ASAP.
So we have 3 piles. These over here are anywhere from 18 to 22 inches for the height. Our middle ones are about 12 to 16, 17 inches high. And then these smaller ones are anywhere from like 4 inches high to 12 inches high.
Okay. So the bed that we made here is about 32 inches wide. So do you think we have enough room to fit a row of 3? With the lower ones, the middle ones, and then the taller ones?
I think so, because what I was reading is they can be planted 4 inches apart. The tulips, you can plant 5 within 1 square feet.
Wow.
So I think we have plenty of room. We'll have to actually spread them out a little bit more.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and see if we can come up with some kind of pattern with the colors. That way it kind of spreads out and just kind of brings some nice symmetry to it.
Oh, okay.
So what we're going to do to start off, since we have just a limited number of the taller daffodils, is we're going to put the taller ones, the daffodils, on each side, and then in the middle do the tulips on the back row. And we just got to figure out with the colors how we want to do it exactly. We might just kind of mix them in, but let's see. Tips on how to plant it. So what's the soil depth? So what's the depth on planting those?
I think most that I found on looking online was anywhere from 4 to 8 inches.
Okay, and you're doing those rows, what, 4 inches apart for those?
Something like that, I think. You want to make sure you always plant them with the roots going down. Just like that.
This is our first time growing tulips, at least mine. Have you grown tulips before?
I've No, I haven't planted them before.
I've transplanted them from flowers from in the pots, but I've never grown them from the bulbs before. And I've done the same with daffodils, but I've never done daffodil bulbs either. Have you done daffodils before?
No, I haven't grown them. I mean, I've always had them growing around my house growing up, but not like this, no.
So, first time tulip and daffodil growers. So I just have to see how things turn out.
This little tool is great too. This root slayer from Radius Tools. It has marked on there the depth and everything, and it's really good for digging little holes like this.
All right, now for the tulips. We have a pale yellow with red splashes, pale yellow with pink edging, and then a number of golden gate. And I'm assuming those are yellow. So what I'm going to do is we'll take the golden gate, put those in the middle, and then we'll mix the pink yellow, both pink yellows at the ends. So that way it just kind of has a nice pattern. You have the yellow in the middle, and then you have the pinks on the ends. And look who we have here. The rest of the team has joined us. You guys want to do some planting?
Yeah, I just like that.
You got that? You're going to plant some daffodils and some tulips, Selah? What about you?
Yeah.
And you too, Micah?
Teamwork.
Teamwork, that's right.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah.
That's that rare moment of Josiah. He came out on camera today. Okay, so what we're going to plant next is we have some tulips that are yellow as well as some pale yellow ones with different splashes of red and spots of pink, I think, on the other ones. So we're going to mix those, the pale yellow ones up, put those on the end, and then have the Golden Tate darker yellow ones in the middle. So Selah, if you could divide those bags in half. I think there's a quantity of 10 in each bag. So if you divide them in half, what do you have?
5.
Okay, you got 5 in the bag still? That's a good idea. Leave them in the bag.
Yeah, 5.
Okay, so Josiah, take that bag that Selah just said and put it down there on the end. And then we'll separate those, take them in the bag.
We'll keep these on this block.
Yep.
1, 2. 3, 4. 5.
Good.
Has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we're doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry.
So what we decided is to just go ahead and lay them out and not actually plant them in the ground yet, just so we can get a good feel with our spacing and make sure we kind of have it somewhat nice and in order.
I'm so excited to see what they look like.
That's pretty exciting, isn't it? I'm excited too. Let's take it out.
Wow! 1, 2. Round 2.
It's ideal to chill these bulbs before you plant them, but it doesn't have to be done, so we weren't able to do it. And I'm not really sure if they were chilled beforehand, but we are getting them in the ground because we have to. We don't have enough time to chill them.
Ones who can't decide. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave.
Okay, we have them all laid out. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take the dibbler and we're gonna make holes and drop the bulbs down in there and cover them up. We'll see if this works. So these are small bulbs. Pick it up wherever it was. Put a hole. And then just cover it up just like that.
Well, we're gonna finish up here planting these daffodils and these tulips, and I can't wait to see them. We still got a number of months before they come to flower, and look how beautiful here. Can't wait for that. And make sure you stay tuned to see how these tulips that we have planted, these flowers, how they turn out. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you click on the subscribe button below, so that way you can follow along with me in my adventures here with my family on our homestead. Also, make sure you stay tuned to see how the ducklings do with being outside for the very first time. All finished. How many bulbs was that?
125.
That is fantastic. Way to go. And then all those bulbs are from where?
Baker Creek.
Wow. I think we love those guys a little bit, don't we?
Yep.